Welcome to the Tactical Dent Tech Podcast. You are now part of a small underground movement of dent technicians from all over the world. We are on a mission to change our industry with innovation, intelligence, and skill. But because we don't rely on an insurance company to steer customers our way, we need to do things different. We need to do things smarter. We do that through a network of technicians that we call the Tactical Tech Movement. Now let's get this revolution started.
You just hit the button.
I'm afraid of the button.
I just hit the button.
So now we're recording.
Yes.
And I say, hey, everybody.
There you go.
What else am I supposed to say?
I don't know, but this is going in there.
Damn it. I went blank. Welcome to the, I don't know.
Tactical Dent Tech Podcast.
No, I know that, but I don't know that. Don't we say the episode? This is we're recording.
Nah, I never do the episode thing.
Can we just do this over again?
No, we could just start any time. I can edit it.
God, now I feel like my face is getting red.
Yeah, we are kind of orange in this. I swear to God, we're really not orange. Look at this. It's going to change.
That's okay. Gene gave me terrible light.
And then when we come up, it's
No,
like,
you look better. And then
as we get orange.
we look like
We've been
Oompa Loompas.
spray tanning all week. Little spray tan.
It's October. 'Tis the season.
We look like Oompa Loompas. Oompa Loompa.
You know this is going on the podcast.
Doobity-doo.
This is the intro.
This is the intro.
Yeah, to the podcast.
All right, I guess this is the intro to the tactical. What is it? The tactical.
Oh my God! Now we can't use it as the intro.
Tactical. I'm gonna get tongue twisted, tongue tied.
Come on, it's your first time introducing us.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Tactical Dent Tech Podcast.
There you go.
I am your co-host, Angela Hiley. And here is my wonderful husband, John Hiley, the main host, right?
The squeeze.
Squeeze. And we have our wonderful and beautiful guest, Melissa Fetty.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Melissa. If you guys don't know Melissa, she is married to a good friend of ours and Mean Gene Fetty.
Mm-hmm.
You know I gave Gene that name, don't you, Melissa?
Did you?
Yeah.
I call him the Bearded Wonder.
The Bearded Wonder. Ooh.
Yeah.
I wonder why you call him the Bearded Wonder.
I'm wondering.
I'm going to ride you like a donkey, boy.
Yeah, that's not why.
Get over here, you donkey bearded boy. I don't even, do donkeys have beards?
No.
Okay, well.
No. We can pretend, though.
They're bearded donkeys. Wait, them are
No.
goats. A goatee.
Yeah.
Come here, you goat. So Melissa is following tradition and drinking a glass of wine right now.
Mm-hmm. Trying to loosen up.
Yeah.
We'll go with just a glass.
Just a glass, right?
Sure.
Oh, man.
But we don't know how many she's had before this, though.
It's all in the same glass. It counts as one.
Well, you know, she's on our show, so by the end, she'll probably be tipping the bottle. So, Melissa, tell us a little bit about, you know, I know you and Gene been together for what, like 17 years?
20.
20?
We've been married for 16, together for 20.
Woo!
Right. So, why don't you tell us all how you and Mean Gene, the Bearded Wonder, met?
Well, I was a senior in high school, and he was already graduated because he's older. We'll just say older.
How much older than you?
Years.
Like
3 years.
4?
Three.
5?
Three
Oh,
years.
3? That's not bad.
It's
That's not
enough.
bad. Yeah.
It's enough. But I was friends with his ex-girlfriend at the time, and he would always come to our high school to pick her up because his high school was out earlier. So I would always see him when he came to pick her up. And then we started dating 6 or 7 months after they broke up.
Mm-hmm.
And that was January of my senior year.
Now, I swore, I don't know if it was you or Gene that said something about you were on a date with some guy or something, and he gave you his telephone number while you guys are on.
Yeah, actually, I was out with another guy, and I was at pool hall where Gene would always hang out, and he actually came over to me while I was with another dude,
Mm-hmm.
and offered to teach me how to play pool and gave me his number.
Was this before you guys started dating then?
We knew oh, totally. Absolutely. Yeah, we were just friends. Like, we just knew each other through his ex-girlfriend at that time.
So Gene had the hots for you.
I suppose, yep.
Nice, Gene.
But
So
I thought, man, to go after a girl while she's out with another guy, that takes some...
He had some confidence.
you guys take note on that. Women like guys who have big cojones. Is that it? Cojones?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, so, if you man up and make the move, they tend to respect that a little bit. And next thing you know, 20 years later, you're going to be the bearded wonder, son.
That's right.
So, talking about, how y'all met and everything like that, how did you guys get together? Like, what's your role in the business?
Oh, I've had every role in the business aside from pushing dents. Well, when he first started out, I pretty much did everything other than push dents. All the paperwork, bookkeeping, taxes, any sort of advertising that we may have done, but it was minimal at then. But it was mostly just telling him, get your ass out there and do this. You need to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Get out there. I know you can do it. You have it in you. You just need to physically go do it. And yeah, he did it. But
Right.
since then, I have it. I think he's been 14 or 15 years. I can't remember. Practically our whole entire marriage.
Right.
So just this year, I have finally sort of quote unquote retired. And
Oh.
all my
Oh, there you
talents-
go.
Yeah, I know it's amazing, but we've got like a front office girl, and she does all the scheduling and a lot of the bookkeeping and paperwork, and the accountant does basically the rest. All I do is a little bit of the banking. So it's been fantastic to kind of get out of it, because you can't ask an interior designer to do left brain accounting.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It doesn't work.
So are you full-on retired, or are you planning on getting into a little interior design work?
Oh God, I would love to get back into it. It would be
Well,
fantastic.
you could start out right here at my office here in Dayton. You guys. I'm just saying, I got some work that needs to be done.
It's a mess.
I don't even want to tell you guys. It looks like a tornado came through my office. This is the only place I can physically get dirty.
Yeah.
I've been, when I met her, here's how I did my laundry, guys. I actually piled my clothes in a pile in the middle of a room. I sprayed Febreze on the big pile, and then I would kick it. I would just kick the pile, open up another side and Febreze it again, and then I would kick it. It was just my way of doing laundry. Oh, and she gave me, what the first thing the women get rid of? Your damn beer can collection.
That was disgusting. That was horrible. Some of them still had like a little bit of beer left in them and stuff like
well,
that.
I bet that smelled fantastic.
Well, that was just my beer cans I had laying around.
You were dirty when I met you.
Yeah,
He's a dirty man.
I used to have beer cans everywhere. I mean, they would go all across my table and then all up onto the wall, and then, and then once every month I would do a big cleanup, So this is what I'm left with. I can only destroy this place over here.
Yeah.
Good job, Angela. Good job.
Yeah.
She's contained me. She's put me in a box.
He even has a designated toilet that he's supposed to use. And every time that he goes and uses the
Oh,
one,
you got to go there. Huh?
yeah, every time that
Hey,
you go
hey,
and
hey.
use the one you're not supposed to go to, you do something and you don't clean up after yourself. And then I'm there like scrubbing the toilet left and right. And it's just not, it doesn't make me very
As
happy.
you should, woman.
Yeah.
You should be
you're
scrubbing.
outnumbered right now, I wouldn't go there.
You
but-
should be scrubbing your man's toilet. I'm getting some evil eyes here, guys. Very, very evil eyes. So
John's sweating right now.
profusely.
Yeah.
Profusely.
You got taco pits.
Yeah. So tell everybody a little bit about the area of the country you're in. And, I know you guys built that beautiful house that we seen over there. And
designed it.
You designed it. Let's talk a
Bottom
little
up.
bit about that because we were at Mean Gene's birthday party where you can actually get Gene crunk jamming on Snoop Dogg, and then we FaceTime Ryan Hampton at 3:00 in the morning.
Did we? Oh, that's right. Oh, little hamster.
Yeah. Oh, you call him Hamster too.
Angela got me hooked on calling him the hamster. Yeah, I can't call him anything else now.
That's why he doesn't call me anymore because we tell everybody his name's Hamster. But it makes sense. The hamster.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So we live right smack in the heart of Steeler country, and I wouldn't have it any other way. We built our house started in 2010, finished in 2011. And we're not going anywhere. This will be our kids' problem. They can sell it after we're gone. But we're Pittsburgh area, but we're about 20 minutes south.
Well, doesn't your parents live across the street from you guys?
Yeah, they do. There's actually people were confused. My parents live directly across the street from us, and they live sort of up on a hill. So there's a staircase that goes from the road up to their yard, and people are like, wait a minute, why is there just this random staircase in the middle of the road?
Does that work? Does that work for you guys?
It's fantastic. My kids can cross right at the end of our driveway and go right up the stairs, and then they're Grammy and Granddad's in their happy place.
That's cool.
Yep, it's convenient. It's definitely convenient, and I'm really hoping that when they're attempting to sneak out of the house in a few years, that they're going to have a couple extra sets of eyes looking from across the street.
And it's so funny because we always talk about this, like Gene is the one that's really safe and conservative, especially with his driving habits.
My Boy Scout. He's my Boy Scout.
Yeah, he's your Scout's honor. Break the law. See, Melissa's a little bit like me. She just feels that laws are like imaginary lines made by men.
Right. Yeah, they're goals. They're more like goals. Can you reach them? Can you exceed them?
Right?
Yeah, let's go.
There's some we may respect, but then there's some that we're like, fuck them laws. You know what I mean? I can go 90 miles an hour.
Right? My goal in life is to beat the GPS.
Oh, there you go.
That's it. Whatever. You'll get there by 11:49 p.m. Bullshit. I'm getting there by 10 o'clock.
And it's so funny because a couple weeks ago, Gene and Melissa came up and we went to an Arron Lewis concert. And it was so funny to hear that they will be, Melissa texted Angela back, they will be there on time because I'm driving.
The kids say that too. They're like, Mommy, can you please, like when we're on vacation or we're driving to the beach or wherever, they're like, Mommy, can you please drive? We just want to get there right now.
We should talk about that Arron Lewis concert.
Well, we'll save that for the end, I think. Everybody's looking at me, right? Yeah. That happened. That happened.
You had your moment.
Yeah.
Your moment.
It was a good night.
Your
It was a
special
good night,
moment.
a good night, a good time. So, but
You were a special guy that night.
yeah. So, tell me a little bit about how it was like building your business in that area. Like, how'd y'all start out, and how did you guys like move into what you're currently doing today?
So it was a little brutal in the beginning, to be totally 100% honest. I was working full time. I had a full-time design job straight out of college. Well, before I graduated. So that was cool. And Gene was actually an IT guy. He was all computers all day. And then the whole .com bottom fell out. It was ugly. It was 2001. It was just a disaster. And his potentially high paying jobs were now $12 an hour jobs. So it was like, well, God, what do we do now? So he went back to what he knew, which was cars, because he had owned a detail shop. He had just always cars. Everything came back to cars. So he started, he went to, got a little bit of training, came back, just started very gradually, getting dealers here and there. And then when I had Elena, we decided that I would stay home. And that's when he really just little fire under his little ass, and he just went to town. And it just kind of grew from there. It was mostly dealer work for a long time, and then the past couple years it's been mostly retail. So
Balls to the walls.
that's right. Oh yeah.
Balls to the walls.
I don't know what this means. This means I put the balls to the wall?
Yeah.
Like, how do I put the balls to the wall? Do I put them with the legs up? Or do I put them with the back down? So, yeah, that's interesting, like what you said right there, because a lot of people don't realize that's like most people's story. I mean, that's my story, in a sense. I mean, everybody, when you start a business, is going to struggle, and then you start one that has a art element to it, like what we do. This is not like, it is mechanical. I could explain to you what we do, and you could explain to people that what you do, but until they, capture the art end of it, I mean, they'll never be good at it. And you got that on top of opening a business, on top of out there trying to get your hustle, trying to move into car dealers, trying to become a salesman, trying to basically build a business from the ground up.
And all that with the added pressure of providing for a family.
Yep.
So it has to work. There's no other option.
Yeah. And a lot of times that's really what it takes to make it to the next level. And what you'll find is that there's two types of people. That there's ones that just can't handle the pressure and they give up. And then there's people who will never give up, and they're the ones at the end that end up winning in this kind of game.
That would be my Gino. There's no give up in his game.
Yeah.
At any point, during that time when you guys were like starting out, is there any type of like struggle that sticks out in your guys' mind that you were just kind of like, maybe it was like kind of like almost not, I'm not saying like almost like a breaking point. Maybe it got really emotional, and then you guys look back on it and you're like, wow, look where we are
like
today.
One time we went into McDonald's, was trying to put a cheeseburger on layaway.
11 is our number, because that was the lowest we ever got in our checking account, was $11. That was, oh God, when you hit that and you're like, please God, don't tell me I missed any checks, don't tell me anything else is going to try to clear, because it ain't going to happen. But now, in the beginning, he knew a lot of other dent guys and paint guys and tint guys and wheel guys, just from going into these dealers. And at Christmas time, they would all buy like Christmas hams or bottle of Jack and like all this stuff for all their dealers. And we're like, we do not have that kind of money on top of Christmas gifts for babies and family. And like, so we're like, what can we do? We have to do something. What can we do? So I'm like, well, I can bake and cookies are cheap. So I started making cookie trays, and it caught on. Like, it caught on a little too well, because as of last year, I retired from cookie trays. My last year, I made 32 cookie trays.
Wow.
5 dozen a piece. 26 different kinds of cookies. And that's with little special requests like, oh, this guy likes extra Hershey Kiss cookies, and this one likes peanut butter cookies, and this one like. So it's it got a little out of control, but we did what we had to do, because that's all we could do at the time. But it just sort of took off.
If you want to really make them happy, put a little marijuana in their cookies.
No edibles coming from here.
Oh, yeah, they'd probably be like, hey, man. Car salesmen are probably could handle it. I mean, them guys.
Yeah,
There's
unless
a couple places where they're like, oh, well, we need 2, because we need one for the office girls, and then we need one to take back to I'm like, no, you get 1. First come, first serve. I'm sorry. If you're late that day, shit out of luck.
Yeah. It's so funny. This really hillbilly glass company that I know, this big time hillbilly dude. I mean, this guy is such a hillbilly. It's a guy that we know named Harold, that he actually hired, he found a bum in downtown Dayton, hired him and paid him $100 a week and trained him how to do all his glass work while he sat in the truck.
Cool.
Yeah. And then one day, like back in the day, we meet him at the bar, and he comes in, he's like, we're sitting there eating food, and he's like, I drank my lunch, and sits down, he's drinking, and we're like, I thought your kids were with you today, Harold. He's like, Joe's watching them. So he's got the guy watching his kids too. But anyhow, yeah, he told me that one day. He goes, you go in these body shops, son. He goes, you really wanna make a good impression? He's like, it'll cost you $20 though. He's like, it'll cost you $20. He said, go buy him a bag of McDonald's sandwiches. Bring them in there.
A cheeseburger?
Yeah. Food is the quickest way to the heart.
Always works.
Even Hillbilly Harold figured that out. So now I want to taste these delicious cookies. Are these things like made from scratch or?
Absolutely. They're all made from scratch. They're all made in 1 week so that they're fresh, never frozen, none of that crap. But yeah, so my birthday is December 17th. So for the past decade plus, I've been cranking out 2,500 cookies on my birthday. And I'm done. Just
Are
done.
you guys giving people like
Free samples?
They knew. They knew
Oh.
last year that those were their last cookies because
No
I
more
told Gene, I
cookies.
said, when I didn't get a whole hell of a lot of thank yous from him for doing this, I said, you know what? I really hope your next wife can bake. And he's like, what? Like, what? I said, because by this time next year, you're either going to need to figure something else out or you're going to need a new wife because I'm done with cookies. I'm like, so thankfully, he didn't pick a new wife.
Hey John, what was that? Is it Gerald Millard? What did he say about Melissa?
Oh, dear Lord.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, over at the Mobile Tech Expo, Gerald Miller, he probably listens to this. I walked up to Gerald Miller. He goes, hey, man. He goes, you know that Gene's wife over there?
Oh, God, I have no idea
He's
what's
like,
going to your mouth next.
He's like, man, she looks like Topanga from Boy Meets World. Topanga. You guys all hear that? Topanga from Boy Meets World. And you do. I had to look that up because I totally forgot what Topanga looked like. But then when I seen it, I was like, I kind of remember watching this show.
I love that
See,
show.
we watch it now because it's Girl Meets World. They revived it, and it's on Disney Channel. So our kids watch Girl Meets World, which is Corey and Topanga's daughter.
Oh.
It's like, yeah. Yep.
Does she still play in it as the mother?
She's the mom. Yep, and Corey's the dad. Like, they have all the old characters, Feeney and his brother and everybody.
You ought to go in as a stunt double.
That's right. No.
I always liked Topanga.
Yeah.
Always
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you ever look at her like on TV and you're like, oh my God, we can so be sisters?
If I look half as good as Topanga does, I'm doing all right.
Well, obviously, Gerald thought so.
Oh, man.
It's like Topanga, man. From Boy Meets World.
Did Gene have like a huge crush on Topanga? Did he ever
No,
watch?
he's straight up Winnie Cooper, man, from Wonder Years.
Oh, old Winnie Cooper.
Really?
Mhm.
Huh.
Old Winnie Cooper. I always liked that, what was her name on the Golden Girls? Blanche. Blanche. I'm more of a Blanche kind of guy.
Oh my God.
Oh, this derailed quickly.
We took a trip down a rabbit hole.
That's right.
Well,
back
I
to our
don't look
podcast.
like Blanche.
What?
I mean,
Not
I am
even a
older than
tiny
you, but I mean,
Isn't Blanche the hoe bag one?
yeah, and I'm definitely not a hoe bag.
Well, hopefully when you get older, you get a little Blanchy with me.
Oh,
Oh my
goodness.
God.
Uh-huh.
Oh, dear Lord, help me now.
Oh, I was bad. All right. So, okay, so no more cookies from you. So that's done and over with. But the one thing that I'm interested in, you have I seen something, and we talked a little bit about this. You have a giant Thanksgiving thing.
Friends Thanksgiving.
What's up with that? Tell us about that. Tell us a little history, because you guys do a Thanksgiving
All
thing every year at your house.
Are you guys okay with a bit of a long story?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, that's
go
what we
ahead.
want.
All right. So my family, always about the food. Everything revolves around the food. Every holiday, every party, every get together, food's number one. So by the time I get to college, I have a couple friends who were not going home for Thanksgiving, and like that didn't. I don't know how you can not be with family on Thanksgiving. Like, it just broke my heart. So I asked my mom, I'm like, Ma, can these people please just come over? Like, they have nowhere to go. They're going to be sitting in their dorm on Thanksgiving. Like, I can't have it.
Mhm.
It's not happening. As long as I'm here and you're you, it ain't happening. So I invited a couple of my college friends over, and they came over, and they just, like, they loved it. They thought it was the greatest thing in the world. So once Gene and I were married, And it was my turn to have Thanksgiving because in our family we rotate. So by the time it was my year, we had a couple friends who, for whatever reason, family or not, they just didn't have any plans on Thanksgiving. So I had them over, and then it grew and grew and grew. And I thought, you know what, we need a totally separate holiday for this. So we started having Friends Thanksgiving the Saturday before. And a lot of it is just because I love to cook Thanksgiving dinner. And my friends love when I cook Thanksgiving dinner. Mm-hmm. So it just sort of over the past decade kind of took off. And now oh God, I hope you guys can come.
I love Thanksgiving. That's like my favorite holiday.
It's like no matter what kind of crap turkey, if somebody's deep frying a turkey on Thanksgiving, so you come to my house, you get a brined turkey. You won't even need gravy. Like it's just, last year I did 4 turkeys.
Oh, wow.
Right. We had like almost 50 people and we all sit down together. Everybody sits at the same time. Everybody has like a plated sit down Thanksgiving dinner. So no matter what happens on Thanksgiving, no matter what your family situation is, no matter what your plans are, we know that you make time during the holiday season to all get together as friends and just enjoy an awesome meal. And then we just party all night long.
That actually sounds like our kind of Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
That's
hey, wait, can our kid come with us?
Absolutely.
Oh, because he'd be mad. He'll be like, WTF, man.
And let me tell you, there's not a whole lot of leftovers because when people come here, they eat.
Yeah.
Nobody's bashful. You come and you eat.
You know what I'm going to bring on your Thanksgiving if we come up this year?
Tequila.
With that and
yes. Like
I am going to bring a Canadian goose, a dead one.
What?
Cook it first.
We're going to feast on that little bastard's soul.
Are you going to kill this thing like on the way up or something?
I can't say that I'm going to kill it.
Like one part of the turducken?
I can't say that I'm going to kill it because technically that's against the law. But let's say I'm going to find a dead one somewhere. And we're going to feast on that bastard's soul.
And turkey.
I guess we'd have to put it in a cooler, huh?
If anybody knows me, I hate Canadian geese. Actually, I don't even think I could eat one.
They're dirty.
Them dirty bastards.
Who's going to pluck the thing?
Them things shit
Not
like Rottweilers.
Me, I guarantee that.
Who's going to pluck it?
I thought about doing this where I want to overturn the law that says we can't kill them. Because I've never...
a law that you can't kill Canadian geese?
Yes, from 19...
Dude, we have a season for them.
There is a very small season, but they go hide. And then, and then as soon as the season's over, they strut in front of your car. And they you can't run me over. And then somebody like me, they don't play that shit because I just speed up. Boom, right at them, man. Yeah, little bastards walk everywhere. And they got wings. They can walk and look at you, but they got wings. Oh, they can fly too. When that bumper hits them, they take off. We got a Dunkin' Donuts that gets bombarded by these bastards down the road here. I mean, literally, there's like a sewage pond thing behind there. And there's like 500 of them floating in there. And then they come out and they take over the parking lot and they shit everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm going to overturn the law by doing a video where I'm going to promote us feeding homeless people with them.
Oh, there you go.
I mean, I'm just going to ask like a homeless person, like, would you eat this delicious geese? Maybe chop some up, have an appetizer ready there. I mean,
who's going to pluck them?
You are.
Hell no, I'm not doing that.
So
you better bring it home cooked, clean, feathered, skinned, gutted, everything.
No, he would end up getting it and sticking it in a cooler, and then we'd arrive and be like, "Here you go, Melissa. You're such a good cook.
Pluck this thing for me, Melissa."
Wrong answer.
Me and Gene will be out there trying to figure it out. Do you just yank out the feathers or what?
Yeah, while you guys are out there taking shots at the same time.
Yeah. So, but to talk about this right here, how many people normally show up to your friend's Thanksgiving?
45, 50.
That's a rockin' party.
Yeah.
Well, our house was designed to hold parties.
Yes.
Our last house had teeny tiny little skinny doorways, and it just like closed off rooms, and nothing was conducive to like getting together. You had to like kind of squeeze past each other. And so when we built this house, I said, we're all going to see each other, talk to each other, mingle, interact, everything. So when I designed this house, there are there's basically walls around the bedrooms and bathrooms, and that is it.
So
we move furniture out of the way. We put up folding tables and chairs, and we sit 50 people, and it's all good.
I love the architectural design of the home as a whole. And, the way
it's a bungalow, for those who don't know. We couldn't find any 100-year-old houses around us, so we built one. Yeah,
it would look like an old house that's brand new. Mm-hmm. And it's really cool. It's got a lot of dynamic to it. I really don't know. Like, I'm not a designer, but I can just say that it's pretty cool.
Didn't your dad build the cabinets for you? Your guys' kitchen cabinets?
He did. We went out to Ohio and got all the wood, walnut, for the cat. We came home with a trailer full of walnut and milled it all down and built all the cabinets.
Oh, that's why Gene started doing all that woodwork. Had to show up the father, huh?
Yeah.
Father-in-law.
Well,
You want to
learning from the master.
He's learning from the master. If Gene's anything like me, he'll try to oversiege the master at one point and become the king of the ship.
Oh, speaking of the master, look who's walking in.
Dun, dun, dun.
What's going on, Mean Gene? We were just talking about you overthrowing your father-in-law in woodworking skills.
Very cool. Very cool. It was quite an experience.
Hey, you know what? When you're doing podcasts, I'm not loud in your office, so you might want to close that door.
Yeah, punk, before she rips your dick off. Beat you with it.
I need that.
Put it in the back, Get some ice and pack it down.
Some ice and pack it down.
I read the other day, and not that I ain't even go talk about it.
No. You go ahead. What? Spit it out. Come on.
Well, you have to.
No.
Now.
Yes, now you have to. Just go ahead and say it.
You have to.
No,
I'm going to grab your nipple and
Oh, Jesus.
Squeeze that
man.
sucker.
No, I'm definitely not going to do it, right? You're going to cause me to squirm.
Yeah, everybody's going to hear your high-pitched voice. Go ahead, tell them what
All right, so I was reading something the other day, and I had no idea, but did you know that a man can get a penis extension?
Yeah, I've known about that for a long time.
Really?
Yeah.
Never.
I learned that off of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. This was a few years ago. There was a gentleman on there by the name of Dwight, and that's what he got. He got something to make his wiener bigger.
He needed a little extra oomph?
Yeah.
All right.
Made him feel better.
How did they extend that,
gay
though,
guy.
is what I was wondering. We were talking about ripping it off, then I was like,
don't
we got to
know.
get it back on somehow.
I'm sure there's a video. You can always Google it. I don't know. Maybe they inject some fat in there or something. It plumps it up, and maybe it grows.
That really sounds like a great way
know.
Yeah, this conversation just went south. Now you know why I was trying not to open it up after I thought about it. I'm trying to be better
But
about
you can't do
we
that
changed
shit
our
though.
mind about asking you to keep going with that.
You can't do that.
Yeah.
You can't be like, yeah. No, I don't.
No,
think I'm going
she
there.
won't. Like, if I think of anything, if I sit there and I start laughing, like on my own, if I'm just sitting there and I just start laughing, she'll be like, "What?" And I'll be like, I was just thinking of something funny. Well, what were you thinking about? I'll be like, "Oh," I'm like, "Something funny," and then she'll be like, "No, you have to tell me now."
Yeah, I want to know. I want to giggle too.
There's no hiding anything from her.
So it's
right.
okay. That's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even when you do
Like
try
when
to
she
hide
found out the
something.
other day that she didn't know the password to my phone. She's like, "John,
Oh, thank God
give me your password to your phone, John."
No, thank God that you told me, because that was on a Friday night, and then when we went to that Arron Lewis concert, I needed to use your phone to call the Uber.
Oh,
So
yeah.
thank goodness I knew your password.
Thank goodness we didn't have to pick your thumb up off the ground and put it on your
Oh
phone.
God! So now we're going into the Arron Lewis concert.
Oh.
Well, I first got to tell everybody that everybody knows out there that I didn't drink for like 10 years, and then I got sick, and then my wife here, Angela, being the bad influence that she was, talked me into drinking a bunch of shots of tequila one night while I was sick.
And a bottle of wine.
Yeah, that kind of happened too. But what I've found since then is that it's a pretty fucking good time.
Yeah, it is.
I have not ran naked yet, and I did, okay.
You let loose on the weekends one
Yeah.
night out of the
Hey,
either
you
on
know
a
what? That's
Friday
what
or
weekends are
Saturday.
for.
Yeah, you gotta let loose.
Yeah, it's been kind of cool. It's been an experiment, and it's going pretty good. I
Just
do.
work on your pace.
I will tell you, the last time that I drank, I was in a total different mind state. So I was much, much younger. And at that time, I was just totally had different priorities, was thinking totally different. And doing it now, I'm the individual that I am today. And, it's just like I'll do it once and I just don't think about it after that. So I'm convinced that it was probably just my young age that caused me to completely get out of hand.
Yeah, that normally happens
Now,
when you're young.
you guys keep an eye on me. So, I mean, if I'm in a gutter in 3 or 4 years,
That's not going to happen.
You'll just see it happen, and we'll podcast about it, and we'll talk about it, and then I might even be like laying in a gutter with a bunch of bums, and we'll talk about it.
Okay. We'll make sure to get you a microphone.
What the fuck is wrong with you? That is not going to happen.
But
I would never let
by
you
that
get that
time,
way.
I will have
And we'll
already.
make sure one of them buys a bag of McDonald's.
But by that time, I will have already lobbied the geese law, and I'll have plenty of food to eat because I'll probably master killing them bitches.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so good
Dear
times.
Lord.
go with the all things in moderation.
So let me ask you, how was that Arron Lewis concert, Melissa? I think we heard half a song of Arron Lewis before my head hit the table.
No, I got to hear 1.5. I got to hear the first song and then into the second song. And then I had to take your ass home.
Yeah.
It was good. We stayed for the whole thing and then plus one encore. It was really good. I think you guys had a little easier time getting an Uber than we did. We stood there for about an hour.
Wow.
But
That was a
yeah.
rowdy bunch. Don't you think it was like a rowdy bunch of people?
By Pittsburgh standards, no, not even a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, no. You should
thought
see
it
when there's a
was.
Kenny Chesney concert, they bring in bulldozers to clean up the trash. It's ridiculous. It's
Oh
asinine.
no.
but
Just something about
it was
white
a
people
good time.
and
That
country
was
music.
a cool place, that JD Legends. That was
Yeah.
cool.
I
Yeah,
thought it was
cool little
pretty
venue.
rowdy.
Yeah.
John, he's just like, I'm making all these friends. And I'm thinking, like, these people are not going to care about you once this concert's over with, honey.
They loved me then, though. That's all I got to
Yeah,
say.
you were Facebook Live or Instagram Live in a little bit.
Yeah. Full on. I even made friends with people down in the pit below.
I know.
I had a friend going on down there. And then I had a guy walk up to me as soon as we got our table. They were sitting at the table next to us, and he walks up to me and goes, "Hey, man," he's like, "You got my back tonight?"
Oh dear God.
I turned around and
missed
looked at him.
that.
I was like, "Hey, man, I'm gonna throw you off this deck."
Yeah, I totally missed all of that.
I was like, "I don't know who you are, man, but I might throw you off this deck." And he's like, "Oh, but if you do that, my girlfriend will attack you."
No, I had to sober up because I had to keep an eye on you. I didn't realize how many shots you and Jean
Oh my
did. It was like the waitress came to our table, and the next thing you know, it was like she brought shot after shot after shot after shot. And John and Jean, I think what it was is that they haven't seen each other for a while, and it was like, oh, like they were reunited, and it was feeling so good, and they were just doing shot left and right and left and right, and the next thing you know, John goes to the bathroom, Melissa goes to the bathroom, they come back, and Melissa's saying that all these women or whatever, like, trying to mac on my husband, and I was like,
Oh yeah.
that's not happening.
Man.
I was being attacked by like 20 cougars all at the same
Yeah,
time.
it was.
They were
I'm
like,
just like,
"Are you a Marine? Are you a Marine?"
No, man, I'd be kicking
Yeah,
them
because
bitches' teeth in.
that one had a son who was a Marine, and I'm like, dude, if you're old enough to have a son that's a Marine, step off. We're done here.
I was
Nobody
like,
touched his
I was
face.
like, I was talking to Melissa. I'm like, I'm here to protect you, Melissa. And she's like, "You better leave, John. Go protect yourself. Protect yourself."
Yeah. And then we get you back to the table, and then 5 minutes later, you're like, I need to use the bathroom again. And I'm like, your ass isn't going anywhere.
And then boom, head on the table.
Head
Well,
hit
yeah,
the
that's
table.
because I looked at him. I was like, don't you even leave this table.
Mhm.
I was like, you are, I'm watching you like a hawk. Don't even think about getting a little crazy on me because I will not put up with it.
And see, back in the old days, like that's how I know I'm not as bad as I used to be. Back in the old days, I'd be like, "Kiss my ass," and go do my thing.
No, then
But,
once I said that to you, you were like, Oh, okay. And then that's when the
Now I'm
head hit
like-
the table.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I was probably trying to walk it off is what I was really trying to do.
You didn't walk anywhere.
No.
Yeah.
He was
but
trying
I was
to,
trying
used
to.
to,
That's-
and
she
I was
wouldn't let
like,
me.
no.
She tied me to the table. And then
Very smart.
the weirdest thing happened when I was in the restroom there. So I'm in there using the restroom, and some guy walks in, and then all of a sudden the whole crowd, like, you know how big that crowd was, like the whole restroom and the whole line started like chanting for this guy to piss in the sink.
Oh my God.
They were like, piss in the sink, piss in the sink, piss in the sink. And the
Not
dude,
an option in the girls' bathroom.
yeah, and the dude was like, fuck it, I don't care. And he went up and he started pissing in the sink, and the whole crowd was like, yeah, like clapping and all this, all, you know, at him and all that. I was like, man, I was like, I'd never heard that happen.
That's a rowdy bunch.
I was even asking some of my friends, I'm like, have you ever heard piss in the sink? And everybody was like, no. And I'm like, wow, man, that must have been something really, a unique moment that I was in right there.
Thank God you didn't like throw up or anything like that.
Yeah, I did kind of pass out on the steps.
Yeah,
Well-
Lily was a little concerned. Lily,
Yeah.
that's your dog's name, right? Lily.
Yeah.
Yeah. She
guys-
was like,
Yeah,
she
she
was
was all
looking at
kinds
him
of
like, what the fuck is wrong with you, daddy? Like, get your ass in bed and
You
go to
guys can-
sleep.
Lily, don't die.
It has been fully documented on my Facebook page, just so you know, everybody.
Oh,
And
there's no way that wasn't going on Facebook.
yeah, and just so you guys know, Melissa is what I like to call double fisting it.
Nuh-uh, one's empty.
Oh, one was empty, but
Totally
one was
empty, and
full.
I texted Jean to bring me a refill.
So she's got two wine glasses going right now, like bam, bam, chugging them down. That's one thing I got to watch too. If I drink wine, like we tried to drink wine one night, and next thing you know, the whole bottle was gone.
Oh, it's easy to do. It's only 4 glasses.
I know, and that stuff, it's like creeper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You don't realize till you stand up.
yeah. Then you get hit all of a sudden. But what I find that you can manage, I thought I could manage tequila at first, you know, but I think high IPA beers are a little bit easier to manage.
I'm not an IPA. I try so hard to be an IPA fan. We actually have a friend who owns a brewery. Like
I don't
50
like the way they
from our
taste,
house.
really.
I don't like IPAs. Like I'm a stout or a porter. Like give me a dark ass beer and I'm in. And it has to be like smooth as silk.
Yeah, that's what I like.
And alcohol content, yeah, absolutely. The higher the better. But IPAs are just so bitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that stuff right there.
Everybody likes them. I
Yeah.
don't like them. I like
I don't
beer
like 'em
flavored
either.
beer.
Yeah, I like the Indian ones, the Indian Pale Ale IPAs. So them things are really, really like that. But well, Melissa, is there anything else you want to tell us about? What were we calling Gene, the wild bearded stallion or
The
something like
bearded
that?
wonder.
The bearded wonder. The bearded wonder.
It did take me like 20 minutes to get your ass up off the steps to get you into bed.
Yeah, I was checking up on you. I'm
Yeah.
like,
I
are
had
you
it under
okay?
control.
Are you guys home yet? Are you all right?
Yeah, I mean, I sobered up and he had his moment and I just,
Well, we started getting blasted at the restaurant before we even went to the show.
yeah. And you
That's
just,
Angela's fault because nobody orders shots until Angela's like, oh, we need to do a Washington apple. And then it just went south from there with 47 Washington apples.
Yeah. I don't think I can drink that shit anymore.
I didn't even know it existed.
it's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
Tasty.
So anyhow, y'all, I think we're going to go ahead and cut off this podcast. And you have finally got to meet the beautiful Melissa Fetty,
Wonderful.
the
Special.
wonderful,
I love her so
special
much.
Topanga.
Love you too, Mama.
You got to meet the Topanga.
That's
Yeah,
right,
the Topanga of the
As
Dent world.
Mr.
Yes.
Gerald Miller would say, I mean, man, she looked just like Topanga, man. Just like
Don't get
Topanga.
me and Shane. Oh, man. Facebook.
Hey, Melissa, you going to be at the Mobile Tech Expo this year?
I am not.
Oh, my gosh.
We're going early. We're going to go the Thursday before and spend Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday with the kids. And then the kids and I are coming home and leaving Gina.
Yeah, but she's coming. Her and Jean are coming to the Dents for Kids.
Oh, absolutely. We will
Right.
not miss Dents for Kids.
Yeah, we're gonna have one hell of a time,
Mhm.
and anybody else that shows up. So, They know
Now-
that when they're with the Hileys, they'll be getting shit faced. So
Aren't you worried about leaving Gene there with all the prostitutes and cocaine?
No, after what I saw last year, I am not going back.
It is the
Yes.
Mobile Tech Expo. I mean,
Nope, no, thank you.
it's like doing rails and snorting bales.
I wasn't exposed to any of that, but
Hey, you guys want to hear a funny story, though? No, I've never seen any of that at the Mobile Tech Expo, so I'm just BSing. But there was a dude one year that was going to a party with a group of guys, right? And the one dude wouldn't pull over, and the guy had to pee, and he ended up peeing. And dude threw it out the window, and it came back in the back window and splashed the one dude in the back seat.
yeah,
And
a golden shower.
a golden shower,
No. Golden underwear is more my MTE speed.
right? Hey, that's Ryan Hampton all the way, isn't it?
Yep.
Man, he showed up in that thing, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He had a St. Louis Cardinals t-shirt and gold underwear.
Yeah, and he was trying to flop his thing around everywhere, too.
I don't know. I checked out
What?
after.
No, he was not.
He was doing the MC Hammer dance, the pumps and the bumps, pumps and the
Oh,
bumps.
Nope, totally missed that.
I'm not going there.
Angela and I have a different recollection of that night.
Maybe he was only doing it for us guys.
I guess
For us guys.
he was putting on a show for y'all. He's like, check me out, y'all. Here's my moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
And my-
left and then he came back I'm like, oh, hey, Ryan's gone. And then like a half an hour later, I'm like, oh, Jesus, God almighty, he's got the underwear.
And then we had Daniel Grom, the pervert, there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Remember what he was saying to us?
I do.
Nope. Tell me, please. I have no idea.
No,
That's sort of the time where things got terribly foggy with that Lithuanian mead, and I don't know.
Lithuanian maid, huh?
I'm telling you, dude, we still have the bottle. It's like grain alcohol. It was
Oh,
the
yeah.
nastiest thing ever, but Gene insisted on bringing the bottle home as like a memento.
Oh.
Yeah, it's because the dude's from Lithuania. It's like, dude, if you don't drink it, it'll be disrespect to their whole culture.
I don't give a shit.
No, Daniel was telling us to go. We needed to go lock ourselves
In his
in
bedroom.
his bedroom.
Fuck no.
Da-
Sorry, sir. Not
I
gonna happen.
know. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you, boy?
Man, next year I'm going to bring a piece of Velcro and stick it to his back and just rip it.
No, we'll bring a wax strip.
Oh, no, I think he's so hairy a Velcro would work.
No, we'll just slap that wax strip on him.
Nah, we love Daniel. He got pretty hammered that night, though, and it was kind of funny.
Everyone.
He was willing to take off his robe so everybody could see what was underneath it. We were like, no, thank you.
God.
But I thought it was so weird, though, because he has, like, really hairy legs, but he has, like, no hair on his feet.
Maybe he waxes his feet.
Honestly, didn't look that closely.
Yeah, it stuck out like a sore thumb
Well, I
because
just thought
he's
he
got,
had
like,
a-
white feet and then these dark, hairy legs.
I just thought he had a wool sweater and a pair of sweatpants on. Nice wool sweater, man. I bet that keeps you warm in the winter.
It was real fun looking through my camera roll the next day. I'm like, oh, who are these people that I have no idea, but I stood for a picture with?
And the cool thing is Daniel Grom's completely safe as well out there, guys. So
Yeah, it was just-
his shop never got hit by the fires, even though it was 2 blocks away from a Kmart that burnt down. Santa Rosa got lit up, and his house never got hit. But I just talked to him earlier today, and I think 13 so far of his friends' houses are completely burnt to the ground.
Wow.
So
Some crazy shit.
They kind of lucked out, but he don't know what's going to happen tomorrow because the winds are going up and da. So I don't know. We'll have to keep him in our mind there. But
In our prayers.
yep,
In our prayers.
baby Jesus,
Baby Jesus.
9 pounds 2 ounces.
Hallelujah.
Innocent, don't hurt me. Keep Daniel Grom in your prayers.
Yes.
That's how you do it. All right, everybody. So anyhow, you met Melissa Fetty. And Angela, would you like to say something?
It's all about the hustle, people. Keep it real.
All right, y'all. See you on the next one.
Bye-bye.